Hey, welcome back, Baker. And I'm here with the Mayor President. I'm just so excited to have her here in Baker. And we're having a candid discussion about East Baton Rouge Parish and about the north part of the parish. And I know personally that she is really interested, and she's has a focus to help us take the north part of this parish and make it great, as they say, or to just give us an opportunity to have the things that they have all over this parish. And Mayor Broome, I just want to talk to you a little bit about, we've had candid conversations about stormwater management, hazard mitigation, and all those things that came after the flood. So if you could share with our viewers some of the things that's going on, what type of initiatives you have to help us with stormwater management.
Absolutely. Mayor, Baker was severely impacted by the flood of 2016, as well as parts of Baton Rouge, as well as Zachary and Central as well. And so what we have to understand is that water really doesn't have boundaries, if you will.
That's right.
And so we have to work collaboratively, which is what we're doing as mayors, as we address stormwater management, as we address hazard mitigation. And so most recently, we have had meetings at MOSEP with you and the two other mayors, and we're talking about hazard mitigation dollars that we're receiving in our parish, and how we can maximize those dollars to make a difference in our resiliency efforts moving forward. Lord knows we don't want to have another experience like we did of 2016, but we have to, first of all, revisit 2016 and see how we can improve on conditions that existed then and move forward. And so we are having continued conversations. I think we have one scheduled for next week. Looking forward to engaging the Corps of Engineers in our conversation to see what projects that each area can develop that will impact us in a positive way to address flood efforts going or floods that may be in the future. As I said, I certainly hope we don't have any, but we have to be prepared.
Yeah, it is. It's Louisiana, and you know what that means. Hurricane season is right around the corner. And I heard you say the other day, we were talking about every time it rains, you get a little nervous. You know? And I do too. And so I know that it's a priority for you.
Absolutely. It's a priority for me because it's a priority for our people, and because it needs to be done. There are some people who don't really understand because the severity did not impact them. But the truth of the matter is, if we have individuals throughout our city and parish who are still in FEMA modules, who are still trying to rebuild, then we have an issue that needs to be addressed. If we have a rain incident and we have potential flooding or that needs to be addressed. And so there are individuals who were certainly traumatically impacted by the flood of 2016. And so it's our responsibility as public servants to minimize that impact. And so collaboratively working together, I believe that we will come up through our hazard mitigation plan and have some responses, physical, tangible responses. I'll tell you this, Mayor, and we recently had a meeting talking about planning for recovery. And in this meeting, we had stakeholders from nonprofits, we had stakeholders from government, from you name it, anybody that's a stakeholder in East Baton Rouge Parish was at that meeting. And so we've divided our focus into subcommittees working on those issues so we can be ahead when it comes to hazard planning. And so I was very glad to see the room was packed with individuals who will be a part of the planning process. And this certainly is part of building a resilient community.
for all the people that are still in the trailers and they're still going through this, can you give them something to just drive them forward?
Yeah, I know it can seem a little disheartening at times, but my encouragement to you is to know that we, as leaders of this community, are certainly working to take some proactive steps so these type of incidents don't happen again. I would also encourage you, though, if you have not connected with Restore, and I know sometimes people are frustrated with the process, use every angle possible.
That's right.
Use every angle possible. If FEMA, Restore, make sure you exhaust those opportunities. Right. And if you need help with that process, feel free to call me, and you can also call the mayor, because we can certainly point you in the right direction to try to get some assistance. I know that a number of people have been frustrated by the process, but our goal is to try to ease that frustration and help you work through the process.
Okay, real quick, and I had a meeting with Mr. Tyson. And he was talking about blight property.
Oh, yes.
And just real quick, got a few seconds left. Just tell us, what is your purpose? What's the purpose of if you're trying to get rid of blight in Baton Rouge?
So blight impacts economic growth, development.
Right.
Blight impacts the quality of life. We've got to change the culture.
That's right.
And we cannot, because blight is far-reaching in terms of definition, but we have a blight strike force now made up of members of the community who represent organizations throughout the community.
That's right.
We are strategically tackling blight.
Right.
Had our second meeting recently, and my goal is to see some tangible results in terms of transformation as we partner together to eliminate blight in our community. Blight didn't happen overnight, but we are going to it is a top priority for us as a city and as a parish. And I would say this time next year, I expect some tangible results that we can show people.
And I know you'll get it, because you're a great leader. Thank you so much for everything that you do for this parish. And it is indeed a pleasure to work with you. And thank you for coming through for this city during the flood. You were always here. And may God, oh God, I pray that God continue to bless you and your family, and that you continue to move on and do great things for this parish.
Thank you
so much for
Thank you for all you do, Mayor.
All right, thank you. All right, Baker, we'll be back in just a minute. It's time to pay some more bills.